Dr. Stephen Akintayo here, Africa's most sought after, investment coach, and I'm super excited for today's class. We are back, Billionaire Habits series. So today we're looking at habits of billionaires that they used to make money. Okay, as you're joining me, tell me your name and the city you're joining me from. Okay, your name and the city you are joining me from. Yes, tell me your name, your city. Okay, your name and the city you are joining me from. So let me see those who are here. I by the way, I want to thank all of you who have been part of this Billionaire series. Like I told you, it started and it caught fire, right? It caught fire. I've gotten so many testimonies, people saying, of all your series, this is one of the life-changing series I've ever enjoyed from you. Thank you for the feedback, because this feedback eventually convinced me that we need to turn this to a book. So this actually is going to be a book. And I want to beg you, send me your testimonies, okay? Because I want to add some of the testimonies of this, the impact of this series in the book. And the book is going to come out with both the audio and the written version. Okay, the audio and the written version. We're going to be launching the book, The Billionaire Habits, okay, by Stephen Akintayo, the Billionaire Habit book. So I have here Miwata, Wita, okay, Miwita from Lusaka, Zambia. How are you, Miwita? I have Sansa Akim from Ijebu Day. How are you, Sansa? Okay, good to see you, and thank you for being part of today's broadcast. I need everybody who is here. Share. Get everybody in here. Okay, just give me a second, guys. Okay, give me a second. Who is knocking at my door? Okay, guys. Okay. So who else is here? Let me see who else is here. I have Peace from New York, New Delhi, rather, from India. Peace, how are you today? Good to see you, Peace. Good to see you, Peace. Who else is here? Let me see. I have Rafiat from Ibadan. As you're joining me, tell me your name, your city, and share this video at least 20 times, okay? On Facebook, or WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. Share across all social media platforms. Let's get everybody in here. Remember, we run this series to change people's life, to impact people and educate them better on how Osahon from FCT. Yeah, I just got to Abuja, and it's exciting being here and doing this series. Lawrence from Abuja, all my Abuja people were here. We're doing inspection and allocation of our estate here in Abuja on Friday. Kelvin from Nigeria. Where in Nigeria, Kelvin? Okay, I have all my Abuja people here. Romeo from Abuja, how are you? Ocho from Delta. I've been Boladuro from Lagos. OG Lala from Canada. Engineer Benga from Abuja. Good to see you, all of you. And you're all welcome. Thank you for joining today's show. It promises to be the best time together with me. In the next 1 hour, how many of you are first-timers of the Billionaire series? If this is your first time, okay, being part of this Billionaire series, can you type my first time? Now, I want to encourage you, if this is your first time, to go to my YouTube channel at Stephen Akintayo TV and get Baba Ibukun from Kenneth, Milton, that should be in the UK. Now, go to my YouTube at Stephen Akintayo TV. You're going to see episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. I think this should be the 6th episode of the Billionaire series, right? We're teaching here what are the habits of billionaires that poor people don't. Now, what I'm teaching you is not book. I started my business with 1,000 naira 13 years ago in this country, Nigeria. And in 13 years, I've grown it to become a multinational company present in the US, in the UK, in Dubai, and in Nigeria. We have multi-billionaire real estate company today, and we started very, very small. Many didn't give us a chance. Many didn't believe we were going to be this big. Today, I started hearing people say, if I had known you would be this big, I would have believed you. I used to mock you. I used to think you were a joker. Those are the statements people are now confessing now. So I'm teaching you what I used, right, to move from nowhere. From my mother was a civil servant, my father business had collapsed even before I was born. So I wasn't born with silver spoon. I wasn't born rich. There was nothing that, in fact, people who knew us growing up never believed this would be our story today. But God did it. And so what I had used is what I'm teaching you. Also what I've learned from mentors, okay, who I had to pay. Some of them I served them to learn from them. What I've learned is also what I'm teaching. So it's very real and practical. I'd like you to share this video 20 times, okay, so that we can together change the world. The question, why am I doing this? I have a vision of raising 10 million millionaires, particularly from Africa. Okay, that's one of my vision. Omolade from Canada, good to see you. Thank you for joining, okay? And that's one of my vision. Please share this video across all social media platforms. Now, how many of you are ready for today's class? If you're ready, type I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. So, in today's series, remember this is a series, and this perhaps is in episode 6 of the Billionaire Habits series. Now, the first thing I want to say before I go into the class proper, now, habit determine decision, decision determine destiny. Everybody type it. Habits, your habits will determine your decisions will determine your destiny. Everybody, I want you to type it. Your habit determines your decision determines your destiny. Now, the reason why we're teaching this habit, people become poor or rich because of their habits. I had an experience yesterday. I'm going to start today's class with it. Where this expatriate wanted to employ to start working with us. And he resumed yesterday. I think yesterday was his resumption. Now, this man is going to be paid over 2 million naira every month. And in fairness, his CV shows that he has all the requirements. He has all that we're looking for. And we expected it. Now we're moving to Banana Island, and so as such, we're currently staying in Omole, our head office, and he needed to stay in Omole at least for a while. And so we have an apartment that we have for like a transition phase for staff in Omole. Fantastic location, very good, by the way, an average Omole house is a good, good taste. However, this guy was coming from an hospitality business background, right? So he was coming from a hospitality business background. Now, they got him a room in that place. And I was shocked to hear that he didn't like the room. And, and that the room didn't fit what he wanted. So when I got to know, I said, you know what, whatever this guy wants, upgrade the room to suit whatever he wants. He wants AC, he wants rug, he wants painting, he wants certain type of bed, whatever. Just give it to him. Okay? We need a good talent. We need, we need a skill. Now, to my surprise, and this is very important, I'm talking about habits now. Okay? I'm sharing this story because I'm talking about habits. Because people don't know why they are poor. It's habits, your habit that is making you poor. There's a habit that you are doing. That's something you do every day. Habit is what you do consistently, little but consistent. So I got to know that the man said no, he wanted an hotel. He preferred that we get him an hotel for these 2 weeks. That is going to be staying in Omole, pending when we move our head office to Banana Island. And I said, hotel? Now, how much is the hotel going to cost? They gave me the bill. Right, for those 2 weeks, the hotel is going to be costing about 500,000 naira. Now, the renovation that needs to be done will probably cost about 1 million naira. Okay? I'm talking about habits here, habits of billionaires. And I said to him, by the way, that was his final day. I said, I cannot employ you. I said, because we have differences in ideology. The position I'm employing you for is a position where I need you to have a decision-making mechanism that is different from everybody else. Between spending $500,000 a hotel that is not our own and renovating one of our own apartments to suit your taste with 1 million, which is a better decision. Guys, let me even hear from you. Between spending 500,000 to a hotel, that 500,000 goes to the hotel, or using 1 million naira to renovate your own facility, which one is better? Which one? Guys, can you pick? Which one? Which one is better? Which one is better? Okay? I put in 500,000 to give it to hotel, or I use 1 million naira to renovate the company's property. Which one is better? Right? Guys, come on, talk to me. I'm waiting. Okay? So, exactly. The one that is better is to upgrade, renovate your own apartment. Because your own will still be useful for other staff. Yeah, he's moving in 2 weeks' time, but there will be other staff who still need that particular location. Right? Habits. And I said, for you to be choosing hotel over renovation, in fact, you should be the one to tell me, the MD, okay, that, sir, because that's part of why we're employing you, right? You're supposed to be the one to say, sir, no, don't pay. I should be the one to say, I want to spend this kind of money. And you say, no, sir. Rather than spend 500,000 on a hotel, I think it's better that we renovate our own property and make it better. You should be making that decision. By the way, cut the long story short, we're not picking him just because of that. Because it's about habit. It's not about the 500,000. My fear is that another day we'll have those same issue when he's making decision on behalf of the company. But this time around, it won't be 500,000 versus 1 million. It will be 500 million versus 1 billion. And he will not be able to make the right decision. And I remember I had to school him very well. You might have been an expatriate, you're not a Nigerian. Yes, I agree. I respect your qualification. I know you have a good CV. But Mr. Man, I started this company ground up. I am not a politician. I did not steal Nigerian money to get here. I had to tell him, Oga, go ask any bank in Nigeria. I don't owe them 1 kobo. I didn't borrow bank money. We had to build a structure where we don't sell, we don't earn. We don't sell, we don't spend. We have to. That's why a lot of people don't understand why I'm one of the most aggressive sales CEO you will find out there. Because my alternative is either to go and be taking money from the bank to expand our real estate asset, or to go aggressively selling and use from what we sell to grow our business. And I said, we have a culture in this company. We hate waste. We fight waste. Waste is our enemy. 1.3 trillion was spent on MTN alone last year. Despite COVID-19, despite the claim that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world, despite the fact that people claim there's no money in Nigeria, they are poor, they are struggling, there's no money. The Nigerians wasted 1.3 billion. Oh, hello. And I can assure you, 80% of those calls were not business calls. They were not business calls. So you are as rich as the habits that you portray. You are as poor as the habits. And I said to him, I said, sir, you may know me as, because he said he's been studying me, and a lot, and this is why I don't employ people on social media. Because a lot of you see me on social media, right? See me travel all over the world, and then you think I'm a waster. I don't understand where you pick up that concept from. Every single travel is monetized. My last travel was to open our Dubai office, and you will not believe it. We did almost 20 sales, literally 20 sales. The sales I made from just opening Dubai office as I speak to you is over $2 million. is monetized. That's the habit of billionaires. So everything they do is monetized. They're not, you think they are wasteful. That traveling they have done, you just don't know the business transaction that had gone down. So they may spend money to do it, but it's because money is also coming back from it. That's why they're doing it. Right? We spend a lot to run our TV show called The Investment Chart in a Rolls Royce. And I said, it's a business decision because that show is able to market our real estate company in a better way. And I remember I was saying, I may not have recalled, I was teaching yesterday my mentees. I have these people who paid to join my coaching program, and I run monthly session with them. While I was saying that, well, I'm not too sure that I needed to give it time before I can be sure that our investment chart in a Rolls Royce TV show is airing on channels. We're starting season 2 in April. It's also going to be running on channels and AIT. While I was saying that, I wasn't sure how many people bought property from us through our Rolls Royce show. I started getting people say, no, sir, I bought your property. I saw you first on your Rolls Royce show. I said, you see now. Because there are certain things because the show is very expensive to do, right? The crew, the entire, and the second season 2, we even shot it in Dubai. So that even cost us a lot more money. But it's a business decision because the kind of money we also make from doing that kind of show is going to be far, far more than the money we spend. Are you learning something? If you're learning, guys, type, I'm learning. Please share this video at least, okay? At least 20 times on Facebook or WhatsApp or LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Share. Get everybody in here. Dr. Stephen Akintayo is in the building, and I'm sharing billionaire habits. If you're learning, type, I'm learning. So this is how we behave. Habits of billionaires is different. They don't just, you think they are wasteful, but every decision brings money. Every money they spend, it will bring a lot more. You would think, oh, the day I buy private jet now, in 12 months, I will make back the money I used to buy the private jet. Way more. In fact, I will make the money and the profit in 12 months of buying a private jet. And you will see it. I'm going to be buying private jet very soon. Right? Not this year anyway, but very soon. And I can assure you in 12 months, I will not just make back the money. I will make far more than what I spent to buy the private jet. Because it's about a habit, a structure where you have structure how if I spend 10 naira, I get 100 naira back. If I spend, $20, I get $2,000 back. These are habits. So if you're ready, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 habits of how billionaires make money. 5 habits. If you're ready, type, I'm ready. Come on, I need your energy, everybody. Remember to share this video on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Hit the share button. Share this video 20 times minimum. Get everybody in here. Africans don't understand this thing. They don't have billionaire mentality. That's why many of us are poor. And we hate rich people because we don't even know how they think, what has helped them to become rich. How did they even make their money? We don't understand. Now, when I say billionaire, I'm not talking about politicians who stole money. I'm not talking about corrupt guys. I'm talking about people who made money legitimately, right? People who did businesses, people who did the right thing and became rich. So anytime we mention billionaires here, we are talking about legitimate entrepreneurs who made money legitimately. I'm not a politician. I've never occupied any position in my life, right? And I don't get contract from government. But I started my business 13 years ago, 1,000 naira, Nigerian naira. And I've grown into a multi-billion naira corporation today with presence in US, in UK, in Dubai, and in Nigeria. And you too can do the same. It will take you time. It's not going to be overnight. It's taking me 13 years now, right? It will take time, but you can get there. Number 1, okay, habit of billionaires when it comes to making money. How do billionaires make money? Number 1, billionaires make money from referral before starting a business. Let me say that again. Wow. Azan has shared this video 58 times. God will honor you, Azan. God will lift you up. God will announce you. Thank you for that. I'm humbled. Many of you have shared 20 times. Many of you have shared 50 times. I'm really humbled. and you will be announced this year. Thank you for that. I'm really humble because I want to raise 10 million millionaires from Africa. I want to raise from other parts of the world, but I'm particular about Africa because I'm an African and I've seen poverty in real. I've tasted poverty, I've tasted wealth. I prefer wealth, right, ladies and gentlemen? Wealth is better than poverty. And we need to eradicate poverty by changing the mindset of our people, by educating our people. That's how we can do it. So thank you, Azan. I'm grateful. So number one, billionaires make money actually from referral even before making money from business. Yes, you heard me. Billionaires make money first from referral even before making money from business. Please share this video 20 times across all platforms. Yes, you heard me. Now, let me tell you one of my secrets in the real estate sector. I did not start real estate with money. I didn't have the money. I told you my mother was a civil servant. In fact, my mother died in this country of ovarian cancer simply because we did not have money to take her to the best hospital to even diagnose her. By the time her work, because she was a civil servant, by the time her boss was so sad seeing her, okay, her tummy was as big as a 9-month pregnant woman. And she wasn't, she was 50-something as at that time. And she died of ovarian cancer. By the time they took her to the private clinic, in 5 days, what the teaching hospital could not diagnose about my mother's health was diagnosed in 5 days in a private hospital in Lagos here, right? And it was discovered that she had ovarian cancer, but it has spread. And my mother died a few days after. And that's why one of the things I tell people, particularly those of you from Africa, your biggest crime, okay, as an African, is that you're poor. It's not that you steal. It's not that it's not even that you committed a crime. If you are poor in Africa, you have already committed a crime, because of the way the system is wired to fight against you. If Africa was fixed, if the healthcare system, the government healthcare system that my mother served for 30 years was right, she was going there for 6 months, they did not diagnose her. Some of the doctors were said to have even traveled. One day, my older brother took her to the clinic, to one of those government hospitals for checkup. He said, relax, are you the only patient? Several other people are here. My friend, we go and carry your mother, go and sit down. They are so rude, so saucy. And my mother died in this country after serving this country. So the subject of being wealthy is very important to me because I've lost the most dear person in this world to me because of poverty. Because if we were rich, we probably would have sent her to India or to US for better treatment. And even if she would have eventually died, at least she would have been diagnosed early, and maybe she would have had some few more years to live. She would have seen her first grandchildren before she died. She didn't see any of that. And my mother worked hard to raise all of us. Worked hard. She never drove a car because of her children. She has 5 of us. My mother never wore her chain because she always have to end up selling them because of her children. You know, so I know what poverty is. And even my worst enemy, I don't want them to be poor. So when you see me teach with passion, it's because I have been there. I know what poverty is. I know what it means to be poor. And I don't even wish it on my enemies. So when you see me teach, you see a lot of passion coming out of me. A lot of passion coming out of me. Okay, a lot of passion coming out of me. But the good news today is that, you know, God has helped me to turn those things around. Where today we've been able to build a multi-billionaire corporation from that experience that we had. Okay? And so, number one secret. So how did I build a multi-billionaire real estate empire? When I didn't have money, my parents were not rich. Referral before I started the business. I started referring people to real estate companies that I knew, that I trusted, and they started paying me 10% for everybody that buys. So when I sell a land of 10 million, I got 1 million naira. When I sold a property of 50 million, ladies and gentlemen, I got 5 million naira. And that was how I started my journey. Now, that process did 2 things for me. Number one, it helped me okay, to be able to have made, some of you asking stupid question, go Google it now, right? Who knows? Somebody's asking, is he a billionaire? Google it now. Google is your friend. There are 2 G's you need in this world, God and Google, right? And I don't know why, in fact, one of the biggest tragedy of this world, right, is that there's so much knowledge in the world, yet there's so much ignorance. People will just not do their own research. You're interested in how rich I am, just Google it. Isn't it? Isn't that the wise thing to do? Instead of distracting my meeting. Back to my session. So the first thing you want to do is a referral. So I started referring people. And from what I was earning, so it did 2 things. First of all, by working for other real estate company when I started, I was able to understand the real estate market. I was able to understand the system. I was able to understand the process. I was able to understand how it works, right? And how that industry works, because I was learning from those who have gone ahead of me, right? Now, second thing, it helped me to build my own capital that I didn't have. So the first secret of how billionaires become rich, many of them, they started by referring people. They will refer, because they didn't have the capital. Many billionaires started without having capital. Let me give you an example. Dangote started by referring people to his uncle's business, Dantata, by trading for his uncle. Go and check most legitimate billionaires. They started, and legitimate, they started by referring people, by doing for other people, by even the ones who are software guys, right? Many people don't know the story behind Facebook. In fact, the reason why there was a lot of fight about the ownership of Facebook was because Mark Zuckerberg and his friends were involved in helping people develop software, and some guys came to him to say, help us build the software, help us build something. That's why you see a lot of people fight, they had to start fighting Mark Zuckerberg over the ownership of Facebook, because it was like, it was a case of, you took my idea, we came to you, help us build something, okay, help us build something, and then now you build, you turn it to your idea, you build Facebook, and you started making money from it. Now we are the co-owner, you need to give us something. That's, you go and read the story about Facebook, okay, to understand the process of how Facebook was founded. Now, when you check most other businesses, that's how they did it. The people were first involved in doing it for other people, in helping people build software. Before you know it, they build their own biggest software. In helping people do something. Is this making sense, guys? If it's making sense, type it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense. Okay, please share this video 20 times across all social media platforms and get everybody in here, guys. Okay, share 20 times on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. On your right hand side, you see Facebook party icon. Click on it and start inviting all your friends. Get all of them in here. Okay, so again, remember, how do billionaires make money? Many of them started, their story was that they started by doing it for some people. In fact, how many of you know Chief Razak Okoya? If you know Okoya, type, I know Okoya, I know Okoya. Go to on Google and just type Okoya. You also see that the beginning story of Okoya was also similar story. It was that even the importation business, he was trying to do it for somebody else. I couldn't remember whether for his wife or his mother. And then later he started doing it for himself. So you see that the referral business is the beginning. This is why I'm begging you. Your biggest asset as a poor man is relationship. Everybody, I want you to help me type it. Your biggest asset in the days of your poverty is relationship. Everybody, I want you to type it. In the days when you are still poor, even though when you are rich, is still the biggest asset. But the biggest tool to come out of poverty is relationship, is people, is connection, is network, is who you know. Okay? It's the set of people you connect with, right? Hello. Yeah, good evening. Yeah. If I did what? Yeah, they did. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Bye. Okay, guys, are you learning? Jerry, thank you for sharing this 21 times. I'm grateful, Jerry. God bless you. Thank you. God will announce you. I'm grateful. All of you who have shared this video some 50 times, some 100 times. God will honor you, right? And I appreciate you for doing that. We are changing this world. We're changing Africa. The biggest problem of Africa is information. No? Somebody say, if you want to hide a thing from a black man, put it in a book. And they're right. We don't read. We don't listen. Things that have potential of changing our lives, we're not interested in getting them, in learning them, in using them. And that's why many of us are struggling. So your biggest asset is relationship, because the people who are going to make you rich are the people around you by patronizing you. And because at the beginning, you will not have your own product. You have to leverage on other people's product. Tosin Emmanuel, God will honor you. He has shared 60 times. Thank you for doing that. I'm grateful, guys. Okay, so number one, how billionaires make money. They make money by referral, by marketing, by earning commission, okay, from telling other people about some other people's product, right? Because they couldn't afford to own the product at the beginning. Okay, are you ready for number two? If you're ready for number two, type, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Number two, how do billionaires make money? Number two, if you're ready, type, I'm ready, I'm ready. I have somebody says, I'm a living testimony. Okay? You say I'm a living testimony to watch Dr. Stephen Akitayo teach. Yeah, I know. I have a lot of you who are living testimony to all these things I teach, a lot. I was in New York. Thank you, Godwin, for sharing 30 times. God will honor you. I'm grateful. I was in New York in January, and this man came to my hotel. He said, Dr. Stephen, you don't know how powerful your teachings are. I said, what happened? He said, I'm building my mini estate. And he showed me. He said, from your teaching on Facebook, I now own my estate. And I'm able to do it from New York. And today, say, as I speak to you, people are already rushing to buy my property in Nigeria, even though I have not even stepped foot in Nigeria. So I learned these things from listening to you on Facebook. And the man, he made a pledge to my foundation. So I know you do scholarship program and project. So I'm giving 500,000 to your foundation to help pay tuition fee of the kids that you send to school. And I really thanked him. But this is what gives me joy. When I start hearing testimonies like that, I'm excited. I'm encouraged to keep teaching because I know your lives are changing. Number two, billionaires, okay, start by providing service before providing products. Number two, and I need people to help me be writing this, so we said number one, billionaires refer people, okay, to a business before they own the business. Usually, many of the business they own today, they first started by referring people to it. Because Charis started, okay, by selling motor parts for his boss, okay, before the man fired him and then started his own business. And today, Charis now, Cosmos Maduka, everybody literally started that way. Now, if you don't know the background, you just think they got some big money when they were starting. You think some people gave them some big money. No, usually is that they did it for some people. They learned it. They raised capital doing it for some people. Number two, okay, billionaires provide services first before providing products. I want everybody to help me type it. Billionaires started business by providing services first before they started providing products. Now, many of the biggest mistakes a lot of people have made when they started business was to start selling products. It's very hard to sell products. It's easier to start with services. And services are even teach you better principles about business. Okay? Teach you better principle. You get better exposed when providing services. You know why? You understand the consumer behavior. You understand customer better when you start your business as a service before you move to a product. Unfortunately, many people just rush into products. And then it gets so tough and difficult and the struggle. And I'll give you a typical example. Was Did Bill Gates started as a product or as a service? Okay, yes or no? Bill Gates, did he start as a product or as a service? Bill Gates started as a service. Microsoft was a service. And people don't understand this. It was a service. From beginning, it was a service. Yes, the service needed a disk, okay, so that it can be provided. But you know that you pay every year to renew your Microsoft software, right? It's a service. You know, some of you, for example, we think that even Amazon started as a business, as a product. Amazon started as a book logistics service, where people who had physical books, Amazon provided the services for them to be able to sell those books online. And this is where we miss it. Uber is not a product. Uber is a service. Alibaba is not a product. Alibaba is a service. Right? Are we learning at all? Even Elon Musk, I know that's where many of you want to go. Elon Musk started with services like PayPal. PayPal. Why? Because it's more capital intensive to start with a product. Inventory, warehouse. A service can be virtual. A service does not need big office to start. You can start a service in your cubicle. You can even start a service in your home. In your home. Facebook started as a service. Are you learning, guys? Come on, show the excitement now. You know, Africans don't celebrate their heroes when they are alive, it's when they are dead. If you are enjoying today's class, show some love. Show some joy. Show appreciation. Right? We lack heroes in Africa because we don't appreciate them until they die. Every man that is dead in Africa is a good man. Every man. But when he was alive, nobody is appreciating that he's generating value, that they are learning, that they got value through that person. You know, and those are things we need to change in Africa. When somebody is adding value to you, show that you are grateful, you've learned. Okay, those things are very, very important. Those things are very important. I want to be celebrated while I'm alive. It's not that when I'm dead. And I'm grateful to all of you celebrating me. Last year, I was given an honorary doctorate degree by a university I don't even know. I never even studied there. It's that we've studied you, what you're doing, the impact you're making in Africa. And we decided to give you an honorary degree, doctorate degree in real estate. Can you believe that? Okay, so I'm grateful. And I want to see more of that. Okay, that I'm alive and people are showing that they appreciate it. So number 2, billionaires start with service. Now, they will still go into product. So it was when Elon Musk sold PayPal for $2 billion, right? Himself and his co-founder. Now he had $1 billion, to go and start Tesla. Because many of you don't understand how much money it cost Elon Musk to produce electric cars. It was a lot of money. And even SpaceX now, it's a lot of money. So what happened is if you're able to do a service in a very smart way, it will ultimately be able to help you raise some liquid, some capital, some what you need to start and then scale it into a product. Now, today, the same Amazon that started as a service, they now have their own products like Alexa. That these are products owned by Amazon. Amazon today now has several other products that they own. Okay, that they own. But they started, okay, with a service. They started by helping people who own books to put it online, to help them sell it online, and those people were able to leverage on that. And that's how Amazon started. So go give me any billionaire today. Most of them, in fact, some of them, the name the business everybody now knew them for was a product business. So, but when they go back to the beginning, they are going to tell you they started as a service. They are going to tell you that the beginning of their business was a service, and there was later they then transitioned into selling products. If you are learning, type, I'm learning. Come on, guys, talk to me. Are you ready for number 3? If you're ready for number 3, type I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm Dr. Stephen Akinta, Africa's most sought after investment coach. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started a business 13 years ago with 1,000 naira, and we've grown to become a multi-billionaire corporation. We're into real estate, we're into e-commerce, we're into logistics, we're into several sectors, consulting. We're present, we have physical office in Nigeria, in Dubai, and we had registered company in the US and in the UK. And we started very small. So what I'm teaching you are some of the things that I've used to grow from 1,000 naira 13 years ago to where we are today. There are also things I've learned from mentors, books I've read. I myself have written 35 books. Can everybody type 35 books? And they're all on Amazon. You can go. So don't be surprised that I'm this loaded. I know I'm loaded. I know I'm loaded, okay? So it was no surprise that I started getting honorary doctorate degree. You can't write 35 books, even if you don't have PhD as a degree. That 35 books what giving you a PhD, right? So if you're ready for number 3, type I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 3, okay? Billionaires, when they then move to products, they do volume. Now, this is very important and very, very key. They do not start with volume. They do a test. But eventually, when they roll out, they do volume. So I give a typical example. One of my mentees, and this is one of the reasons why the enjoyment, my paid coaching program. By the way, a lot of my content are free. They're available on YouTube. I've done over 1,500 videos free on YouTube, right? My YouTube channel, if I were to charge for it, I can't charge less than $5,000 for you to access my YouTube channel. But I made it free, right? I've done several videos for free, but I also charge. One of my coaching program costs as much as $20,000. So I did not become rich by not charging, okay? I'm not cheap. I'm very expensive. Now, one of my students of that coaching program is to expand. He's into transportation business, but now wanted to expand into a particular product. He got it at a cheap price, had a deal, exclusive deal with the manufacturer, and wanted to go into it. And he was telling me, he said, I have 50 million naira to put into it. I said, hold on, don't do it. I said, yes, we will still do this business with 50 million naira, but let's do a test run with 1 million naira. Okay, and I referred somebody to him. I said, let's do a test run. We're going to get $1 million worth of this product. We're going to do... Now, if he were not to have 50 million capital, I probably would have told him to start with maybe 100,000, lesser. But because he had more volume, more money, capital he could play with, right? So we're doing a test run with the 1 million. Now, if he becomes successful, I wouldn't even mind adding 100 million to his 50 million and we launch it together. Now, that's how they do it. So when they eventually do product, they do volume, right? But they will first do a test run. And this is why you end up seeing those people, day one, it's almost as if they are hit. How many of you know how much Dangote started Dangote Group with? If you know, type it. If you don't know, type I don't know. How many of you know how much was the capital that Aliko Dangote used to start Dangote Group? Now, this is why you needed to do the first two. Remember, Dangote started from referral with his uncle, and that was how he was able. It was that same referral, working for his uncle, promoting his uncle's business, growing his uncle's business. It was from that his uncle, when he needed to start his own, that he was able to start. So Dangote started big. Can everybody type big? Now, because many of us not understanding the background, always end up getting jealous and angry and not happy. But I need you to know that those who start, with referral always start big. The reason many of you start your business so small is that you never had a mentor, you never had a referral program, you never had a mentorship program where you went to serve somebody and learn, or you didn't start as a service, right? So at the end of the day, you didn't have enough capital to run it. You've not also tested the idea. You've also not proved the concept. So there was just no way you could get capital, huge capital. Dangote started with 500 million naira. as far back, ladies and gentlemen, as I think 1982. Okay? Can you guys believe that? Dangote started with as much as 500 million. Somebody say 500K. Million. In the 80s. In the 80s. It started big. Started big because he had worked with his uncle Dantita. He was already doing transactions for his uncle at that level, at that volume. So the uncle gave him, it was a loan, by the way. So the uncle loaned him that money and he started the Dangote Group as far back as in the 80s. So you should understand the reason why, you know, he was able to scale. Okay, he started quite, I mean, for that level, if some of you say 500K, even if Dangote were to have started with 500,000 naira, it was still big money in the 80s. 500,000 naira in the 80s was a lot of money. A lot of money. But the reason that happened is because people like that served. The same thing happened to Donald Trump. Like, I understand a lot of people, it was easy for them to be insulting him that he said his salary would just 1 million naira, $1 million, right? Donald Trump said he took a loan of $1 million from his father. And some people were insulting him. But what you don't understand was that Donald Trump had, you know, carried out business under his father. That's why I'm saying if you practice principle 1, you will not start small. Okay? Are we learning, guys? If you're learning type, I'm learning. If you practice principle 1, you will not start small. Let me even Google it. How much did Dangote start his business with? Let me Google it so that I'm very sure. Okay, Dangote at the age of 21, Dangote borrowed 3,000 USDs from his uncle. So sorry, I apologize. That was a mistake. Google is showing me that it was 500,000 naira. Yeah. Okay, so that was a mistake. Corrected. Okay, so he started with 500,000 naira. That was where it's, but you know the value of 500,000 naira in 1982 or thereabout, in the 80s when he started. That was a lot of money. Okay, but I mean, starting your business with that kind of money is starting real big. But that was possible because he had worked for his uncle, he had served his uncle and proven it. The same thing with Donald Trump. Donald Trump has worked for his father, and at some point he wanted to start his own, and his concept was different from his father. He took a loan of $1 million from his father, and that's how he did it. So are you learning, guys? If you're learning, type I'm learning. Come on, everybody. If you are learning today, type I'm learning. If you are happy about what you are being exposed to, can you type I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. So number 3 is referral. Okay, before doing the business itself, referring other people to those who have the business. Okay, before actually doing the business. Number 2, providing services before owning a product. Okay, then number 3, selling product in volume when you eventually start in products. So you launch big, and that's why it was big. Number 4, are you ready for number 4? If you're ready, type I'm ready. If you're ready for number 4, type I'm ready. Remember to share this video 20 times. Okay, share this video 20 times. Please, guys, share this video 20 times on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Share. Get everybody in here to learn. Okay, share. We're changing lives here. We're impacting people. On your right-hand side, you see Facebook party icon. Click on it and invite all your friends. If you're ready for number 4, type I'm ready. Number 4, and this is very powerful. Don't miss this. And everybody, when I mention this point, help me be typing them. Okay, type the points. Number 4 point. Okay, billionaires. How do billionaires, make money? Billionaires make money by acquiring skills, and by acquiring business that are structurally good, Billionaires make money by acquiring businesses that are structurally good than building new ones. So at some level, many billionaires, like, let me give you an example of myself, right? From next year, one of the things we want to start doing is to expand in the tech sector, right? We're even starting a cooperative in the tech sector. And one of our goals is to make sure that we begin to buy businesses, tech businesses. Now, I have a very big pain. I realize that a lot of our tech businesses are being taken over by foreigners. And I don't even know why our own local entrepreneurs are not investing in our tech businesses. How many of you noticed that? So young men, look at what even Paystack was just bought by a foreign company for $200 million. And this is what keeps happening. The question is that, don't we have Nigerians who have $200 million to put into Paystack? Because very soon, Nigerians will start complaining that foreigners have taken over all the businesses. Foreigners have taken over all the tech businesses. But the reality is that we are not investing. Those of us who have money are not putting our money into existing businesses. So what billionaires do, at some point, they start acquiring instead of starting a new one. That's why you end up only knowing Bill Gates with Microsoft. But what many of you don't know is Bill Gates has more than 100 businesses. Many of those businesses, he acquired them. So that's also why you didn't even know he's the owner. Because all he did was, at some point, the company, maybe they are struggling with cash. He brings his money, and then before you know, he has 50% ownership. Before you know, he has, how many of you know Four Seasons? If you know Four Seasons, type, I know Four Seasons. If you know Four Seasons, I know Four Seasons is one of the best hotels in the world. I think Four Seasons does like, I think they're rated 7-star hotel in the world. Now, Four Seasons, 50% equity ownership of Four Seasons is owned by Bill Gates, right? I heard this from Prince Salman, is this Salman, of one of the prince of Saudi Arabia, who is a very busy, because they co-own Four Seasons together, right? Now, but you will know if you don't do your research. If I didn't tell you, you will know that Bill Gates owned that hotel. So at some point, billionaires don't spend money starting a new business, right? They don't do that. What they do is that they look at certain businesses that need money, certain businesses that want to sell, certain businesses that need liquid. Maybe the owner wants to cash out, want to exit the business. What they begin to do is they say, okay, no problem. We're going to buy it out. We're going to pump in more money, take it to the next level. So these are one of the ways billionaires get richer. Look at Bua. How many of you know Bua Group, owned by Salman? Okay, how many of you know Bua? Right? One of the things Bua is doing, right? Because Bua, has a lot of money now to play with. I don't know how they've been able to raise investors, but Bua has been able to raise a lot of investors, and Bua is expanding. Literally, Bua is chasing Dangote out of many of the businesses Dangote used to, be the king of. And I want to celebrate Bua for being smart. They knew Dangote was chasing another big industry, which was oil. And they knew Dangote, there was a gap. So it was wisdom for Bua to raise capital and aggressively go after the cement business. It was just wisdom. I mean, it was a fantastic move, right? Because Bua is going heavy. But one of the things Bua is having to do, rather than start many of those Abdul Salman. Now, rather than Abdul Salman having to start many of these cement refineries, cement plants, and all of those things from scratch, one of these is begin to do is to buy existing refineries, buy existing sugar refineries, cement plants, and just buy them out, put in his money. And this is one of the powerful secrets. Are you learning, guys? If you're learning, type, I'm learning. So, at the beginning, they start with referral. At the beginning, they start with products. Then they move to, they start with service, rather. Then they move to products. But when they are doing product, they do it big. Then they move to manufacturing or acquiring bigger institutions. Because, again, they don't want to start from scratch, which has a lot of work, headache. the HR wahala, the building the culture of the organization. There's just too much to do to start a business. I, for example, I'm realizing that now. And I'm learning faster to say, hey, from next year, my expansion will be to acquire an existing business. Just look for a business struggling, buy it out. Like one of the things we're going to be doing very soon, we're buying a microfinance bank rather than buy, start processing license for a microfinance bank. I don't have that energy. Go and buy an existing one. Many of them are struggling. Just buy them. They already have physical locations. They already have. Now, they may financially be struggling, but again, it's better to acquire one than to start all over again. It's just going to be too much work. We are, by the grace of God, we're acquiring a radio license, the same process, rather than go and start bidding for radio license and start the bureaucracy of government. What we are doing now is look for somebody who has a radio license but does not have money, okay, to start the radio station. We'll just buy his license. That's one of the things we're doing. So you must learn. These are powerful secrets about billionaires, okay? And that's, if you don't know them, and one of the reasons why I'm teaching this is because how many of you agree with me that many African businesses, entrepreneurs struggle to scale? If you agree, type I agree. In other words, you will see a lot of, and that's why you see situation where you see an average African business, you'll be hearing the business is doing very well at some point, right? Before you know, the money is not there though. The business has gone down. They do not understand the principle, the secret to scale. Now, I'm not going to mention a name. There's one big billionaire in Nigeria. He's struggling now. He's lost his oil business. He's lost his insurance businesses. He's lost a lot of his businesses. A lot. Now, let me tell you one of the biggest things I realized were some of the mistakes he made. Like in one of the businesses, I think his oil business, he literally was trying to employ 50,000 people in one day. Ladies and gentlemen, bad move. It's better. GTEX Homes, our real estate company alone, we have more than 20 consultants. Can you type 20 consultants? Yes, more than 20 consultants. Sometimes you see our company do vacancy. We are not the one, and we're just helping the consultant to advertise the vacancy that they have. But we are not in charge of recruitment. It's when they've gotten the final candidates that I then get to know. And it has to be for the senior positions. Right? Because if you're going to be doing those things internally, you're going to struggle. You will struggle. And this is where a lot of, it's not Atiku. Stop guessing. Guys, I don't know why many of you just like to mention names. Okay? You don't mention people's name. I'm not mentioning name. But I'm just continuing what I'm saying. So, it's a powerful principle. Rather than the process of starting all over again and then struggling and you engage, okay, existing one. Buy into something that exists. Go into something that exists. Acquire something that exists. So for me, we want to start a radio station this year. Hopefully by the end of the year, before Christmas, we are launching a radio station. It's not going to be called GTEX. But rather than, go ahead and say, yeah, a radio station, and then, we'll not make a mistake of saying we are starting a radio station, and then we're going to, all these bureaucratic processes. No. Who has a radio license but has been struggling to start his radio station? Can you sell it to us? And then we start from there. Powerful, wise things. If this is wisdom, type wisdom. Guys, talk to me. Type wisdom. For those of you just joining us, I'm Dr. Stephen Akinta, Africa's most sought after investment coach, serial entrepreneur. And I've started a series called the Billionaire Habits series. We're teaching habits of billionaires, right? How to become a billionaire. Okay, and today we're looking at how billionaires make money. How do they make money? Before they become a billionaire and after they became a billionaire, what are their strategies of making money? Okay, because if you see a billionaire, they've mastered 3 skills: how to make money, how to manage money, and how to multiply money. I'm later going to be sharing with you one of my series, how billionaires multiply money. In other words, whatever they have, how do they multiply it? I'm going to share that in one of those series. But today is how do they even make it? Okay, later we'll talk about how they multiply it. Are you happy, guys, with what you're learning? If you're happy, type I'm happy. Share this video 20 times, 50 times. On your right hand side, you see Facebook party icon. Click on it and invite everyone. We want to raise 10 million, okay, millionaires from Africa. And I promise you, it's a mental game. It's about habits. It's about habits. Okay? It's about habit. The habit is important. When I started today's series, somebody, instead of Googling my name, okay, the first thing he wanted to do was to mock me and ask whether I'm a billionaire myself. But you see, I used to have those mockery days. I also started that way, where people will start mocking me. But I was smarter. I studied those who have gone ahead of me. When people started mocking me when I started teaching, by the way, I'm not new to teaching people about wealth. I started, one of the powerful things about me, and that's why I said they should Google me. You will see me 2012. You will know what I was doing 2012. You will see it. You see where I was 2008. So all my journey has been documented. You can see my growth. And that's one of the unique things about my life. But I remember when I started, I remember listening to a message by Reverend Sam Adeyemi. How many of you know Pastor Sam Adeyemi? Now, Pastor Sam shared a story of success power. He too, you know, he felt his purpose was to teach people how to become successful. And that's one of the biggest things you need to understand about Africans. And that's why we're not making progress. Africans practice what we call crab mentality. If one African is going to the top, right? If you put a crab, right? One crab into this, you know, this bowl, one crab. In less than 2 minutes, the crab will be outside this bowl. Now, if you put 3 crabs into this bowl, 3 crabs. Now, when one crab is trying to come out, the other crab will hold the leg of the other crab. The one below will hold the leg of, and before you know it, for 1 year, these 3 crabs will never leave this bucket. They will never leave. This is the culture we practice in Africa. Let's even assume I wasn't a billionaire and I'm teaching people how to be a billionaire. Was it not wisdom to you at least listen? Does it make sense? If it makes sense, you listen. But thank God my result terminates his mockery. I've told him to go and Google. He will see it there. Whether I'm a billionaire or not, he will see it. So, but when I started, when I wasn't this big, and people used to mock me like that, you know, I remember many years ago, somebody sent me a mail, said that I saw me inside Molue, and I used to teach people about success. But I listened to Reverend Sam's story. He used to do success power seminars about success. One of those seminars, after he finished, I think it was either sunny or rainy, he was walking home. One of the participants of that seminar, he had a car, drove past him, later reversed back, and then wind down and said, Mr. Sam Adeyemi, how were you? Great session. Powerful session you just taught us. But don't you think what you taught us is more important for you? You need to use it more than those of us. Right? The guy was mocking Reverend Sam, Pastor Sam, because he felt he had a car in his mind. Reverend Sam was poorer than him. Now, what he didn't know, as at that time, I'm very sure, Reverend Sam never said it, but I'm very sure, if Reverend Sam wanted to buy a more expensive car than the one that guy was driving, he could afford it. But he was practicing a principle called delayed gratification, which is one of the powerful principles of how billionaires, manage money. And I started today's class with that. Delayed gratification. So when you see a billionaire rise a Rolls Royce, I can assure you he has the money to buy 20 Rolls Royce. When you see a billionaire have a private jet, he has money to probably buy 3 private jets. So what you call extravagant lifestyle of a billionaire, I'm not talking of actors, I'm not talking of politicians, I'm talking of entrepreneurs who made money legitimately. I'm not talking of singers, those ones they are doing for their craft. When you see a real entrepreneur, let me give you, how many of you know Orange Pharmaceutical? How many of you know Orange Pharmaceutical? right? If you know Orange Pharmaceutical, type I know Orange. Now, if you don't know Orange, I will give you some ideas. For those of you in Nigeria, you should know them. They are behind your Delta soap. They are behind most of the drugs that you use, in Nigeria. Orange Pharmaceuticals behind them, right? In fact, on a conservative level, Orange Pharmaceutical is probably doing 2 billion, 5 billion every month. I don't know their figures, but that's how big they are. The owner of that company, recently, last year or 2 years ago, built his house in Banana Island. Massive. It was all gold, right? They just mentioned his name. I didn't know. When I now Google who he was, I saw his company. I said, I'm even disappointed that he's just building his Banana Island house now. But you see, that's how billionaires behave. They delay gratification. So the day they then do it, you will think that, oh, they've spent so much money. Meanwhile, you don't even understand the kind of money they control. Because they won't tell you. But as at the time they are doing that thing you think is big, they are far more. They are far more. I was driving a 4Runner. Is it 4Runner Toyota? For 5 years. Yet, I had more than 200 acres of land in good places. Yet, I was driving a 4Runner. I bought it to Kumbo. Right? Today now, there's no car in this world that I cannot afford. There's no car. Okay? That I cannot afford. That the kind of money I make, I can't afford. But you practice delayed gratification. But that's how poverty works. That's how poor people think. He's teaching how to become a billionaire. Is he a billionaire himself? You won't remove the log in your eye. It's the other ones, you want to. The little you need to learn. Which is why billionaires don't teach for free. Okay? Even this one I'm teaching you is just for a while. It's not going to be forever. Many of you, years to come, you'll be begging me to do all these kind of sessions. I don't have time. Right? Because people don't value what they get for free. Rather, they want to even insult you on top. They don't value, they don't appreciate it. That's why people have to pay. Wisdom has to be paid for because it's not free. What I'm teaching you now, in your mind is free. I didn't learn it for free. I did not learn these things I'm teaching you for free. It's either I served for some of them, some I paid for them. This year, I have a class, a training I'm doing this year, 4 unit. It's costing me 120,000 USD. So when I start teaching you what I learned for 120,000 USD, you now be saying, Shebi, God gave him for free. It wasn't free. I didn't learn. I paid to learn it. Number 5. Are you ready for number 5 and the last point? So I can wrap up. If you have questions, I'm going to take a few questions just for 5 minutes. But are you ready for number 5? If you're ready, type, I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 5. Billionaires, how do they make money? They make money work for them while they sleep. Billionaires make money by building a system that help them make money while they sleep. Now, at the beginning, when billionaires start, all their processes are manual, all their processes require their hard work, all their processes require their personal intervention, that they put in so much pressure like I'm doing right now, right? But a day will come. Many of you will only see me take picture in private jets, and you will now start envying me and getting angry. And you say, we don't know that, we don't even know how they made their money. See, every day they are showing off. God said, do not trust in your earthly riches. Now, you didn't see me today, now, inside hot sun. I remember my security detail. I was looking at his eye today, when I went to Abuja Estate here. And I was in the hot sun having to discuss with somebody else. And I could see that he himself, that is my security detail, is already tired of the sun. He just like couldn't come out of his mouth that, Oga, enter motor now. The sun too much. He just couldn't come out of his mouth. Okay? But billionaires start that way, right? Hard work, you're doing it, you are pushing, you are there, But a time will come, and this is one of the ways they make money, where they are building structures, right? Where they must make money while they are sleeping. Anything they want to put money on, they are thinking, how do they automate it? How do they structure it? That they don't need to work hard. They don't need to put in too much effort. They can do it, and they are getting richer as they are sleeping. in their sleep. That's why Warren Buffett says something very powerful. Powerful statement. It says, you can, it says you can never be rich until you make money while you sleep. Okay, another way to paraphrase it is that you can never be financially free until you make money while you're sleeping. You have only gotten to that place of financial freedom when you have built structures that guarantee that you are rich while you are dead, that guarantee that you are rich where you are sleeping, that guarantee that you are rich, and real estate is the secret. You know, one of our customers, she bought into one of our estates in Ikorodu. And this is one of the reasons why you need to understand secrets to, wealth creation. Now, this is the estate. We just did like before and after. See the estate before. These are picture before and after. The upper one is before. The down one is after. This is how the place look like now. Now, she came to the office today. I'm going to show you a picture of her in the office today, smiling, just happy, just excited. She bought this property. Now, they were one of the early buyers who bought this property, maybe 2 million. Now, the value of this property is 8 million now. How much money has she made? 6 million profit. Right? This is why some people get richer and some people are complaining. This is the, before and after. I'll show you one other one. It's all water. Now, it's been sand-filled. You see, before and after. Now, if she didn't buy it when it was this watery, right, she will never have gotten something this good now. Let me look for the video while she was just smiling, excited. And this is how people become rich. They put structure in place that guarantee that, look, whatever happened, I am getting richer. I am getting richer. I am richer and richer. See her in the office today. One of our staff posted it. She was all laughter. This thing work, real estate work, it makes sense. Okay? Because and this is also what gives me joy. Because one of the joy I have is that I'm getting richer and I'm also making other people richer. I'm raising people up. And, my job, that's why I love my job, right? It's a job where I am making people rich while I'm also getting rich. And that's the kind of life you want to live. How many of you have enjoyed today's class? If you've enjoyed it, type, I've enjoyed today. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. Show me some love. Talk to me. If you value what you learned from me today, let me know you value it. Let me know you enjoyed it. Let me know it touched your life. It changed your life. You were impacted. Come on, guys. Talk to me. Okay? If you got value, type, I got value, I got value. Now, I'm going to recommend 3 things for you guys. Should I recommend 3 things for you guys that you should do if you can afford it? Now, if you can't afford it, it's okay. You need to know that life is in phases, men are in sizes. Live your size part time. I've trained you for free. I didn't charge you 1 kobo. But these ones will cost you some money. Now, the first thing, but I'm going to give you a discount. The first thing I'm going to recommend for you is called Stephen at KintyreUniversity.com. Can everybody help me type it? Okay, the first thing I'm recommending is Stephen at KintyreUniversity.com. Can everybody help me type it? Stephen at KintyreUniversity.com. Now, this is a wealth university. Okay, wealth university. Everybody help me type wealth university. Okay, wealth university. Now, this Wealth University teaches you businesses you can do on the internet. Teaches you things you can start with 0 capital, little capital. Teaches you principles to starting. Some of these videos, trainings, I did them 6 years ago when I was still at your level. And that's why I want you to go for them. Because some of the things I teach today, not everybody is at that level. There are a lot of things I teach about billionaire. You have to be a millionaire before you start thinking of billionaire, right? But in that class, you're going to get a lot of wise decisions there. A lot of powerful information there. Example now, somebody is asking me, Do you have property of 200,000? We don't sell such. The least of our property is 2 million naira, right? So, but in this university, you're going to see things you can do at those that is not that expensive, that you can start. I can call it the starting phase of most of what I teach. Now, the university is $247. Is a monthly subscription program. But what I've decided to do today, if you're happy, type I'm happy. I'm removing $200 off subscription. And you get certificate for every course that you run in the university. How many of you are happy about that? $200 will be off your signing up today. $200 is removed today if you're joining today. Now, but you have to use a code. If you don't use the code, when you go to the site, you see $247, except you use this code. So go to that website, then use this code. It's called SAU47. That's the code. You go to www.stevactauniversity.com. Then you use the promo code for today, SAU47. Without that code, you will not get $200 off. Okay, so, but how many of you are happy about $200 I'm giving? But please note, this code has been timed. If you do not sign up in the next 10 minutes, you will not be able to use it. For next 1 hour. If you don't sign up in next 1 hour, you will have to pay the $247, right? So go use the code. And for $47, you can unsubscribe yourself after 1 month. You have to be paying every month. But you can unsubscribe yourself after 1 month if you don't want to continue. How do I do real estate? How do I do Forex business? How do I do cryptocurrency without giving somebody money? How do I do it myself? How do I do real estate? How do I become a property broker without third party? And that's what I love about my teaching. We have structured that you don't need third party. You don't need somebody. You don't need third party. Number 2 thing I will recommend for you is real estate investment. Now, if you have at least 2 million naira, 2 million to 100 million naira, and you want to, invest in buying properties, okay, in Dubai, in Nigeria, in the US, in the UK, right? And, but I specialize a lot more in Dubai and in Nigeria. Now, I've not made our US and UK business commercial yet. We're going to be doing later this year. But you are serious about owning property in the US, in Nigeria, or in Dubai, you can reach out to me. Please, I want to beg you. If you don't have that much, don't chat me up. Okay? Don't, right? Because you will be wasting my time and it's not fair. I've given you my time for free. Okay? I've given you my time for free today. If you want to chat me on WhatsApp, it has to be specifically that you have something tangible for us to discuss. I hope you won't take this for granted, that I'm having to give this number. So this is my US WhatsApp line. You say, why didn't I put my Nigerian WhatsApp line? People will call me and waste my time, right? That's why I'm not giving it. Okay, and one day we'll teach about Billionaire protocol, right? And please, when you chat me up on this line, your name, your full name. Don't come and say, hi, do you want to know my name? Now, if you want to learn how to do business from me, you can't even tell me your name. Does it make any sense? Right? So start by telling me your name and what exactly is your budget, okay, and exactly what you need from me. Don't go into hello, then you expect me to say, hi, then say, how are you today? Then I say, oh, I'm fine. Then say, how's your family? You don't know my family. Don't ask for them, right? Just go straight to the point. My name is Stephen Akintayo. I have 50 million naira. I want to invest in your Nigerian property. My name is, by the way, our Dubai property is average of 200,000 USD. And you need to deposit at least 20%, right? So if you want to invest in our Dubai properties that we sell, you must have at least $40,000 initial capital that you want to invest. So you can chat me up and say, hey, I'm Stephen Akintayo. I have $40,000. I want to buy into your Dubai property that you sell. Or Stephen Akintayo, I have 10 million I want to buy into your Nigerian property. Go straight to the point. I don't have time to waste, and it's not pride. Okay? Like I told you, life is in phases, men are in sizes. You live your size per time. There's a time where your problem is time. If God can give me a loan 48 hours, I'll be happy. As I speak to you, somebody is waiting for me. I have a meeting right now. Okay? So I'm having to rush to conclude this and then go to the next thing. It's a lot of sacrifice. People don't have an idea that it cost me a lot coming on Facebook and teaching you for 1 hour, 2 hours. It's a lot. It's a lot on my part. But if this will help me raise 10 million, okay, millionaires from Africa, why not? It's a sacrifice worth making. It will be my joy and my privilege. And guys, what we've raised, I have a student that has done over 200 million this year alone from what she learned from me. Okay? And I can go on and have several stories. And that's what I keep doing. So the number is +1 85 7701 5527. That's the number you can reach out to me on. Okay? That's the number you can reach out to me on. Please, anybody that asks you to call them or do anything with them on this call, do not listen to them. They are not from us. Okay? So please be careful so that you don't fall victim. I'm seeing somebody giving number that people should contact them. Be careful who exactly you give your number to. You don't want to come and say it was on your show. Please be wise about that. So the number you can reach out to me on WhatsApp is +1 85 7701 5527. It's a US WhatsApp line. Remember, if you want to do Nigerian property investment, minimum is 2 million. You can buy a property with us. If you want to do Dubai, is a minimum of $40,000 you need to deposit. So those are the two things I'm going to share with you today. The last one I'm going to share, if you can't do any of these things that have been mentioned, this one is free. Go to my YouTube channel at Stephen Akintayo TV. And by the way, we're changing that channel very soon. So this, you have the opportunity now at StephenAkintayotv.com. At Stephen Akintayo TV on YouTube. Go and subscribe to that YouTube channel. It's free. There are over 1,000 videos that teaches you a whole lot that you can do. And it's going to change your life. It's free. You don't need to pay anything for it. All right? Stephen Akintayo TV on YouTube. Go subscribe. Yes, the number is by US WhatsApp line. WhatsApp chat. No call. +1 85 7701 5527. Again, +1 85 7701 5527. WhatsApp chat. No call, please. I'm often in a meeting discussing one thing or the other. So please and please chat, not to call. Okay, so the number again, +1 85 7701 5527. Yes, we have property in Abuja, we have in Lagos, we have in Ogun State, we have in Ibadan. And actually by May, GTEX Homes is moving to Port Harcourt. We're opening our estate in Port Harcourt by May. And very soon we're coming to the East. I've heard all of you in the East, you want us to come. We will come to the East. No problem. We will come. Right? We do service plot. We don't sell just land. We sell service plot. What does service plot mean? Service plot means we're fencing the estate. We're not just selling land and leaving you alone with Omonile. Okay? It's serviced. We fence the estate around. We provide light. We provide, and renewable and light for that matter. Electricity. Recycling energy. There's no waste anywhere. We're recycling all our waste. Right, so it's called green and smart homes. You use your, so for the houses, they are green and smart home, but for the entire estate is serviced. Road, drainage, electricity, water, all provided for you, right? But the good news is that you're able to buy it now at the beginning before all these things are provided. Because once those things are provided, they will be a lot more expensive, and you may not even be able to afford them. Yeah, my YouTube channel again is Stephen Akintayo TV. Okay, Stephen Akintayo TV at Stephen Akintayo TV on YouTube. My full name, then you just add TV on top. Okay, my name is Stephen, not Steven. Stephen Akintayo at Stephen Akintayo TV. Okay, at Stephen Akintayo TV on YouTube. you can go subscribe there. That's the YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody for being part of today's class. God bless you and see you at the top. Please tell me your testimony. I want to hear your testimony, how this video has changed your life. I'm going to put it in a book. Remember that this entire episode is becoming a book. It's becoming a book. Also, watch out for the series we've started. We have Right to Work. We have Mentorship in a Rolls Royce. A lot of short video we've started now. Every day we drop them. Life-changing videos. Don't miss it for anything in the world. Love you. God bless you. Yeah, we're into agriculture too. In fact, this year we're expanding our farmland to 10,000 acre farmland. Yeah, so we do a lot. God bless you. Good night. Bye-bye.